Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my Angular course. In the previous video, we have seen the logout functionality and we have successfully made the logout functionality work, right? So if I click on authenticate and if I go to test@test.com and if I click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I hope this one is working fine. So now login. So now if I click on logout, it is working fine. Now when I try to log in, so when I try to log in it again, if I refresh this page, so it is, when I refresh this page, automatically it is going to authenticate again. So that means it is not retaining the login functionality. So now in this video, what we'll try to do is we will try to retain this user details like that only. So until and unless the user clicks the logout thing, we need to maintain the user details like that only. So upon refresh, we cannot delete the user details, and we cannot ask him to log in again, right? So now you will see in this video. So before going to this video, so if you are coming first time to here, please do support me by subscribing to my channel so that I will be posting more and more front-end development courses. Okay, so now coming to this video, what we will try to do is somehow we need to maintain the data. Okay, yeah, right. So somehow we need to maintain the user token details in our uh, persistently we need to maintain. So right now how we are maintaining the data is we are maintaining that one in the memory, JavaScript memory. So when we load the page again, so JavaScript again reruns from first onwards. That means the everyday variable details and all those things will be deleted. So that is the reason we are not able to retrieve the token details again. So that means somehow we need to maintain outside the JavaScript logic or something like that. So in order to get the details again when we execute the code. So where we can save that one. So in the browser we have in two places we can save the data, that is nothing but cookies and the local storage. There is also another storage known as session storage, that will be not feasible. So through cookies and local storage we can save the data, and also we can retrieve the data whenever we get back. Okay, so now we will try to do save the data in the local storage. Okay, so we will use the local storage and we will try to save the data user details in this one. So now when we go here in this code, in the auth service. So when I need to save the data in the local storage, when the user logs in or signups, so token details will be coming. So then I need to save the local details, right? So now what I can do, so this is the method where it will be accessed, handle user. So all the time handle user will be executed upon successful sign up or login. So in this handle user we are preparing the user object and we are sending that user object. We are triggering a fire event the user object. So that means here the user token will be available. So what we'll try to do is here we will try to save it in the local storage. So we can use local storage dot set item. So in order to set the item, so in order to set the data, we need to set item. First one is the key identifier. So you can give whatever the name you want. I am giving user data, and here I need to save the data. So we can directly use the user like this, but user is an object. We cannot give the directly like that user. So why? Because the local storage will save only the string data. So that means we need to convert that object into a string. So how we can convert that one is, so JSON.stringify. We can use JSON.stringify. So JSON.stringify, what it will do is it will convert the JSON object into a string. So it will be in the JSON object like that only, but it will be in the string format. Okay. So now we have set the item. Now let's go and let's try to see whether in the local storage it is saved or not. So if I do test@test.com and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so when I click on login, so we are successfully logged out. So that means we need to get stored, the user details has to be get stored in the local storage. So if you go to the application and if you see in the local storage, see here you'll be able to see the token. So here we are having email, expiration date, local ID and token. So that means whatever the properties, you need to remember that one. So whatever the properties present in the user model, so these are all the properties present in the user model. So these are all the properties keys will be converted into the string and it will be saved. So this get token is not a property. These are prototype property actually. The prototypes will not be saved. Okay, only the direct properties what are present, it will be saved. So now what I can do is, so here fine. we have saved this one. So now we need to get the data, we need to retrieve the data. So when the user refreshes, we need to retrieve the data. So what I will try to do is, I will try to create one method, auto login. Okay, so I will try to create this auto login method. What it will try to do is, it will try to retrieve the data from local storage, and it will give the user object, and it will convert it into the user object, and it will give you. Okay, so these two things it has to do. So first let's get the user data. So let user data is equal to local storage, okay, dot get item. So this time I need to get that item, right? So get item, for setting the item we need to use set item, get item. The identifier is user data, so we have used this string for that one, right? So now this one we will be getting this one as an string, so we need to convert this one into an object. So how we can convert? By using json.parse. Okay, we can use json.parse and we can convert this one. So now we have converted this one, and now I need to cross check if not of user data. Okay, if user data is not present, just we can return like this. Okay, so we don't no need to do anything. So just end the execution there. So if user data is present, then we will be getting the user details, but it is an object only. It's not a object of the user this one. If it's not an object of this user, it's just a object having the keys. Okay, so what keys you will be having is, so here you can maintain like this. So I will be having email of type string and underscore token of type string, and I will be having expiration date of type string, and I will be having local ID of type string. Okay, everything, every items will be of type string only. So that means these keys will be present like that. So you will be not having any methods or any this getter type of methods or anything. So this all will not be present in this user data. So in order to get those all the flavors of the user object, so what we need to do is, we need to create an object with using these details. How we can create? So here let loaded, so something like let user is equal to, let's create a new user of, and what we need to send, first one will be the user data dot email. So first one will be user data dot email. So next one will be the local ID. So I can say user data dot local ID, and another one, what is that? Token, user data dot token underscore token. Okay, and another one what we have is user data dot expiration date, right? So but here we cannot send the expiration date directly like that. Why? Because expiration date is in string. So but the object, but this user object expects the expiration date of type date. So we are getting the type string. So how we can do is, so just we can convert this one to new date of like this expiration date. Why? Because JavaScript can be smart enough to convert that string into the date. Why? Because so here if you see the expiration date, we are having the string something like date notation format only. So if we simply use new date of this one, it will be converted to the date according to that one. So now we got the user object. Just let's check that if user.token is present or not. Why? So for example, you got a token, you saved it in the local storage. So this token validity is only up to 5 minutes. Let's think. So this guy came again, he refreshed after 1 hour. That means this token is there in the local storage, but it is already expired. Okay, but it is already expired. So that means this local storage is not useful. So then we need to there is no need for him to log in into the system. So we need to log out that guy, and we need to ask him to authenticate again. Okay, so that is the reason I am checking that if user.token is present or not. So in this getter method, I already have written a functionality that if new date, that means current date, is greater than the expiration date. So that means if the expiration date is future date or not. Okay, so if the new date is expiration date, means that the current date is greater than or not, we are checking. Okay, so expiration date, if it is greater, means then what we can do is, so we are already checking the condition here. So if you want, you can also write that if this dot expiration date is present, or okay, if this dot expiration date is present, or we need to check this one. Okay, or otherwise, so your wish. So if you want to write more conditions, you can write. So now what I can do is, here I can go and here I can check user.token. If the token is present, then we need to fire this one. So user subject dot next of user. So we need to send this user to outside so that everything will be working. So now we have written this auto login. So when we need to fire this auto login? So we need to fire this auto login when the application loads, when application loads immediately for the first time. So where that application will be loaded first time is app component.ts. So this app component.ts will be loaded every time at the first time. So what I can do here, so we need to inject auth service. It is already injected there. So here in this ng on init, what I can do is this dot auth service dot auto login. Just check that whether the login is present or not. If it is already present, do the auto login process and everything will be worked. So now I can go here, and what I will try to do here, I am authenticating here. So I will be writing test@test.com. Sorry, let us refresh. Yeah, see, now you will be able to see that it is automatically logged in. Why? Because we already saved the local storage previously, right? So that is the reason. So now we click on authenticate. So test@test.com, and here I can add 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so click on login, and we got the we successfully logged in. Let's refresh the code. So if I refresh the code, then also it is staying in login only. See, so if I refresh the code, so I will be able to get the login. So if I click on post, I will be able to get the post. So if I click on post again, so here I will be able to get the post. If I refresh the post again, so here the post, it will be there in the post, and also I will be able to get the post. Okay, so in this way we have successfully did the auto login process. So when the user refreshes the page, also we are able to keep the user token in our browser, and we are able to retrieve the token, and we are able to make the user login. Okay, so this is how we'll be doing the auto login process. In the next video, what we'll try to do is we'll try to when the token expires, what happens. So everything is fine when the token is with us. When the token expires, we need to log out the user forcibly to the logout page, so that we will be asking him to log in again. Okay, so we will be doing that one in the next video. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video, and if you like this video, do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.